Hello guys, Robot1 here, coming at you with my actually first place real life locals deck profile in a very long time. Now, during the weekend, one of my locals actually had a tournament for the first time, and this tournament, it was fully social distanced. We all had to wear masks, we had to stay apart, we couldn't touch anyone's cards, everything along those lines. And honestly, even though we couldn't really do anything like that, it was still really good being able to play a tournament with people, and everything like that. And that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, mainly to talk about how I finally got to play in a tournament again, because obviously it's been months and I haven't been able to play a real life Yu-Gi-Oh tournament for upwards of 4 months. So kind of wanted to talk about that a bit. And just to let you know, guys, it was completely safe. It was literally nobody touched each other. Trading, if you did trade, you had to make sure it was an actual trade. You don't touch their binders. They normally show you your binders, but you are free to look through them if the other person doesn't mind you looking through them. There was no crowding allowed, and it was everything like that. There was only about 12 people in the tournament, but I digress. It was still a tournament nonetheless, and it was a real tournament. So I wanted to show you guys the deck profile that I took to it, which was Adamancipator, because I haven't had a chance to play this deck in an actual Yu-Gi-Oh tournament outside of online testing, because I don't really like to play in online tournaments. I'll play on them if I can and if I have to, but I don't really enjoy it because of the point of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to play in real life. But guys, this is my actual first place real life deck profile. Although Adamancipator, because I haven't had a chance to actually play this deck in real life yet. It played really well, to be honest with you. I didn't really have any issues. I did kind of feel like sometimes, maybe if they hit the needle fiber, it does really hurt a lot. And if I do want certain things in parts of the combo, it kind of goes to hell. But nonetheless, this is the first place deck profile that I took to the locals. It was honestly a really good event. I didn't play against anything major at the event. I played against round 1 Dark Magicians, round 2 Pendulum, which was a draw because turn 1 I win the die roll, go full combo. Game 2 he goes full combo, ends with the Magician's hand, and I have a Dark World no more in hand, so I can't do anything with that because he had 3 monster negates, and I wasn't able to actually get around all 3 monster negates because I opened unexpected die and a normal monster. And round 3 I played against Shadows, beat over the window with a block dragon, and then next game I just killed him. And then final round I played against Warrior combo deck, and it was game 1 I won the dice roll game 1, game 2 he bricked. So yeah, throughout the whole day, honestly, I really enjoyed playing the deck, and I know I've said in some videos that playing the deck is kind of boring because it's a big combo deck, but honestly, playing this deck in real life was a lot of fun. Honestly, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In real life is always more enjoyable than online, but yeah, so that was basically the rounds. I had a really good day with it. Even though it was only 4 rounds, even though it was a small locals, it's a real locals, and it was a lot of fun. So let's actually get into the deck profile, though, to show you guys what it is, because there are some changes from the original list I actually had. So yeah, let's actually get into it. So starting off, we obviously play the free Adamancipator Researcher, free Adamancipator Seeker, and free Adamancipator Analyzer. These all have basically the same effect where you can special summon them from your hand through a different means. This one specials if your opponent controls a monster. This one specials if you control an Adamancipator. And this one special summons if you control a rock. And then another effect is you can excavate 5, and if there is a rock monster of level 4 or lower, you can special summon them from their hands. These are the cards that the deck revolves around. You have to play these cards at max in the deck. I would not play less than 3 of each of them because honestly they all have their own utility, whereas this one, it literally is a free summon on Adamancipator and it gives you the free Excavate 5, which is the guaranteed thing. Researcher, it's just all rock monsters and a free Excavate, so it's really good there. And this one has slightly more use, which is why it's the one that can only be summoned if your opponent controls a monster, and that's because it's a level 4 and you can use it to make cards like Gallic Granite, level 8 Synchros, literally on its own. Rank 4 plays, level 8 Synchro plays, literally this card on its own is actually insane, and if a new rock deck comes out, I'm going to be playing this in a new rock deck because this card is actually really insane in rocks. But you want to be playing 3 of each Adamancipator tuner because they're just all really good and they all have basically the same effect. So 3 of each of those. For rocks, we're playing triple Doki Doki. Doki Doki is just an insane card in the deck, to be honest, guys. Being able to discard any rock type monster and then special summon literally out a Analyzer or a Seeker or a Researcher if you've obviously already controlled, if you've already used one of their effects and you've got an extra one in hand. It's really insane, and it just gives you that additional play. And even if you don't want to summon out a tuner, you could summon out a different level 4, you could summon out a level 2, a different level 2. Well, no, you can't. I don't think you can summon out another level 2 because you can't summon another Doki Doki from the deck. Well, actually, no, you can summon another Doki Doki. So if you wanted to summon another level 2 monster that would be Doki Doki, then you could special summon a Doki Doki, and that would actually help you there. So it does come up. This is one of the better ones as well, just because it's a level 2, and that actually does come up at times because your Rat type becomes a tuner a lot because thanks to Metal Marcher, and being able to summon this from the deck and lets you generate a level 8 Synchro place. So 3 of this card, you want to be playing 3 of it. It really does come in handy quite a bit. So 3 of this card, very useful indeed. Next, we play 3 Kwakumeri Guardian. You play 3 of this one because literally it says no to Nibiru, no to Ash Blossom, no to literally any hand trap in the game that isn't impermanence. So triple of that. I'm not going to go too deep because it's literally just a monster negate. 1 gate blocker. This literally made the Pendulum player I played against Scoop. He saw me summon this from deck. I told him his exact effect, and he said, "Oh, I can't have counters." Game 2. So yeah, this card right here, insane against Mystic Mine. Like honestly, the main reason I put this in was for Mystic Mine players because of it basically has 3 effects. Your opponent can only target this card with card effects. All field spells are negate. Your opponent's field spells are negated, and your opponent cannot place counters on cards. So basically, it's just a multi-utility card where it protects your monsters from targeting. It negates field spells, so if you want to activate Mystic Mine, if you want to activate Magical Meltdown, this card just negates it. And also, it literally just says Pendulum players can't play the game. So absolutely insane card. 1 Tackle Crusader. This card is kind of here just for like a little Foolish Burial tech, or if I can get it in the graveyard, because what this card lets you do is it lets you set a monster your opponent controls if it's sent to graveyard, or return a face-up spell or trap card your opponent controls to the hand if it's sent to graveyard. So looking at cards like there can only be 1 Goes and Match, Rivalry of the Warlords, Skill Drain, stuff like that. This card just deals with, and stuff like Vanity's Fiend, Vanity's Ruler, any problem Floodgate monster, this card deals with. So it's just like a nice one-off to get around those kind of plays. 1 Gigantes, it says banish a rock from grave, banish an earth from grave, summon itself from the hand for free, so no issues there. Triple Pudding Cess and triple Tenyi Spirit for Shooter. Basically, these are just free summons. They're Earth monsters that are free summons, and they both have their own uses. This is a level 4, so if you special summon this from the hand, then you can make your Gallic Granite to go ahead and search a Block Dragon or a Researcher. And this is just a tuner monster that's an Earth, so you can literally just summon it and make Crystron Needle Fiber. That's literally the only reason why you play 3 of this and 3 of this, because they have like Gallic Granite, Needle Fiber, 1 of extra deck monsters. Like, it just makes them a lot easier in the deck. Then we play 2 Block Dragon, because I feel like this card doesn't need to be played at 3. It's a really insane card, and if you draw it, it's great, but I would prefer to have that additional rock monster, or that additional combo piece, or that additional spell or trap in the deck to be able to go even further, and I feel like 2 is the right number, because if one of them does get called by, you've got the second one in the deck, you've still got multiple things that you can do with it. You can search it through multiple means, such as Foolish Burial, Gallic Granite. It's not a hard card to get to, so I feel like in the deck, like, this is a 2 of is fine. Like, I see people playing 3. I don't disagree with 3. 3 is a good number to play this up because it gives you more chance of drawing it. But I just like it at 2 because I feel like 2 is the correct ratio for the card, just because of how easy it is to actually get in the deck. Next, we play 1 Mega Phantom Beast O-Lion, Needle Fiber combos, not going too bit deep into that. Then also we play 2 normal monsters. We're playing Beta the Magnet Warrior, because it's a rock normal monster, and Angel Trumpeter, because it is a tuner earth monster. Pretty much, this lets you do Needle Fiber stuff with Unexpected Die, and this, if you've already drawn this, you summon this from the deck. So it's basically just 2 normal monsters that kind of give you additional things. Like, this is for Needle Fiber, so you summon it off Unexpected Die, die, normal summon another monster, make Needle Fiber go into Needle Fiber plays, and if you've already drawn this, you just summon Beta the Magnet Warrior, normal summon this, and make a play through those means as well. So it's literally just that. It's just an additional utility cards to make you go further. Next we play Triple Nibiru, the Primal Being. This is literally just you summon 5, die. I don't think I activated it once. No, actually I did. I activated it in the last round against a combo player, so I did use it once, but outside of that, against the Warrior combo deck, but it's just like, outside of that, I didn't use it at all, because I believe I couldn't kill him on one turn. Oh wait, no, I didn't actually use it. That's a lie. Because I had it in hand. I said if you did go too far, I could have Nibiru'd you. So I actually didn't use Nibiru all day, but it's there for if you summon 5. I might change it though soon when Armageddon comes out to Ghost Ogre, because I want to stop Numeron. That deck is scary, so this card will let me stop Numeron, which is good. Next, we're playing 3 Unexpected Die for spells. Summons the 2 normal monsters. I've already been over it. 1 monster reborn, just for all-round revivability. I have a monster engraver. I want to summon like one of my tuners. I can summon it back. There's a monster in my opponent's graveyard I want to steal, which I actually did. I stole my opponent's Winder. I can just summon that from the graveyard. It's just general free summons, like there's no big reason. Foolish Barrel, this card is only here for Block Dragon and will only ever stay here for Block Dragon. If Block Dragon gets banned, I will probably cut this for something else, because it really has no use in the deck outside of sending Block Dragon from the deck of the graveyard. So I feel like this is more of a third Block Dragon than anything at all. So yeah, just a Block Dragon target. And then finally, for the last cards in the main deck, we play 3 Infinite Impermanence, because this card says negate, and it is not a monster, so it does not conflict with Madolche Pudding Cess, which can only be summoned if you control there are no monsters in your graveyard. So that's the main deck. There are some things that I kind of want to alter with the deck. Like, I kind of want to try and fit in more... after the tournament, I realized that I kind of want to fit in more Gate Blocker, just because it's actually an all-round really good effect monster, just being able to negate field spells and prevent counters. But outside of that, I feel like the build's really good, so the main deck is really nice. If there's anything you could, like, if you would want to change, like, yourselves, like, maybe you don't want to play Nibiru, or you don't want to play, like, Pudding Cess, there are things you could put in, like, more generic rock monsters, so you could have more targets for your synchros, because I did miss with these like 3 times throughout the day, and it was like really annoying. I was still able to combo off, but it was just like, oh great, we whiffed at the point where I needed to not whiff. But yeah, it's fine. Like, this deck is really good, so there are things you can change, but like, also if you don't want to play Impermanence, just put Effect Veiler in. Like, it's the same thing. It kind of conflicts with Pudding Cessa, but it's fine. Like, this is just the better option at times, but Effect Veiler is just as good. But yeah, that's the main deck. Let's go on to the extra deck to show you what we played there. So pretty much, starting off, we played Link Ross. This is just here for generic Link Needle Fiber combos. You make Meta Marcher, summon a tuner back, then make the Herald. IP Mask Arena, because we actually make this normally during the end of our combo. So we can go ahead and make this, have a Block Dragon on the board, so we can then link away the Block Dragon. And then get 3 more searches and make like a Nightmare Unicorn or something to kind of play around that. 1 Unicorn Carrier, never made it. This is here because in the side deck I play Destruction Sword Whelp, and also because you can, if you have no other way to get to your Block Dragon, then you can literally just use this, equip the Block Dragon to another Earth monster on the board, and then send Block Dragon to the graveyard by linking away the Earth monster. Then literally you go ahead and search free from your deck. So that's literally the only reason why this is here. But it's just another way to get to Block Dragon if we can't get to him through other means. 1 Crystron Halki Fibrax. I'm not going into detail. This is literally big combo of the deck. He does pretty much everything you want. But the deck will be playable even if we didn't have him. So yeah, it just makes it dumb. 1 Nightmare Cerberus. I'm probably going to change this to a Phoenix. It never really came up. The only reason why it's kind of good is because it's Earth and you can banish it for Block Dragon. But honestly, through testing, I felt like it wasn't that good, so I'm probably going to change it to a Phoenix, but it does have its utilities, I just never used it. 1 Asua, I made this every game. I stole a cross sheet, I almost stole a cross sheet from my opponent's graveyard with this card, so literally no issues with this card whatsoever. The card is really good. But yeah. 1 Nightmare Unicorn, because Nightmare Unicorn, it literally just says discard a card, return a card to the deck. It's pretty simple. Appaloosa, multiple end board negates. Access Code Talker, literally we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different attributes in the extra deck to link off, and we go through majority of them, so just free destruction, no reason not to play it. One Gallic Granite to search Block Dragon or Researcher. It does come up, and it really is nice when it does. Metal Marcher for dumb combos. Herald of Arclight for additional negates, / also Banishing, really does hurt shit old players. One Adamancipator Risen Raptite, because this card summons more rocks from the deck, and I did summon Nibiru off this once because of do it for the memes. One Risen Dragite, because he is a spell and trap negate, thanks to Needle Fiber, and also because he can return multiple cards on the board to the hand, which did come up and did win me a game. And then finally, one Boral Sword, because Boral Load Savage, because he's just a nominee gate that really is nice. So that's the main and extra. It really is one of the best decks of the format, I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of fun playing the deck, and I didn't really have any issues with the deck outside of maybe missing at times, because I did think this deck was going to take luck at times as well, because obviously it's an Excavate deck, but there were those kind of issues. But just so you know, we did have a side deck, and seeing as it was a locals deck profile in the first place, I'm going to show you the side deck. So let's get into that as well, though. So for side, we're going to be playing the one Pancrotrops. He's an Earth. He can summon himself, and he came in once against Shadol because of, like, I was thinking, oh, my opponent makes Winder. I need a way to get over that. Play more ways to get over Winder. So you just summon Pank, attack with the Pank, and you get over it that way. So we played one Pancrotrops for that also. It's just more ways to beat over things and also destroy things, so it's just like a really nice generic generic monster that I wish was still at free, but honestly it shouldn't be. One Dragon Buster, the Destruction Sword. Literally the card says you can't summon from your extra deck. If I resolve it, I win. So yeah. And honestly, if I didn't get timed on the round going first, I would have probably put this on the board against the Pendulum player, looked at him in the eyes and said, you can't win the game now, you don't have an extra deck, so have fun with that. So yeah, absolutely insane card, really is good, and we play it because of Union Carrier. Two Token Collectors, because it screws the Needle Fiber combo. I don't really like the card, but you have to play these kind of cards to kind of like beat this really absurd combo in the game right now. So we're playing two of it. It is really good. I didn't side it in once because the only time I could side it in was against the combo player, and I was like, there's just better stuff to side in at the moment because like he was playing combo, I needed to stop with Sold and stuff, so I just felt like this wasn't really going to come up very much against that kind of deck, but against other decks I'll definitely side this in more. Free Ash Blossom Joyous Springs, because I wanted to have more ways to go second, and this card just gave me more ways to go second, so I thought I'd put it in the side deck. Triple Dark Ruler No More, I drew it once, sadly I got owned because of Magician's Hand, but everybody knows what it's for. Two Lightning Storm, because I only own two, but I digress. The card is absolutely insane. I used it. I did use this card, and literally every time I resolved it, I looked at my opponent and be like, oh, all your back row is gone. Oh, all your monsters are gone. Have fun with that. Two Twin Twisters, because I wanted to have more back row disruption, so these cards were just really nice to have for back row disruption. And finally, one Red Reboot, because literally the card says no traps. I don't like traps. I like Jinzo. So yeah, Jinzo says no traps, Red Reboot says no traps. Just no traps anywhere, guys. But yeah, like literally the side deck, I kind of made a bit of a last minute because it was like I was debating on what it was, because it was the first locals I've been to in a long time, and I haven't really been playing super competitively. Like I've only really been playing online, so I wasn't really too sure what to side. So I just put what I thought would be really good, and it turned out well. I did side everything barring the. Just barring the Token Collectors, to be honest. It's because I didn't really go up against too many of those kind of decks. So, yeah, and also, guys, just to mention, siding in this deck is not easy. It's quite a hard deck to actually side with, because like there are so many cards you actually need to keep in the deck, and being that, it really is a hard deck to side in general. So it is something that can be an issue at times. But the deck is really good. It was really fun to play in an actual tournament with this deck, because like even though I've been playing online and I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh in the community. For casual and testing and stuff like that. It's really refreshing being able to go to a real tournament, even though we got a social distance, even though I can't touch my opponent's cards. We still got around it. Like, if we wanted our opponent to cart, we literally just gave a random number, they have to shave that many cards off the top of their deck, put them to the bottom of the deck, or if we needed to roll dice, like, we had our own dice, so we each rolled 2d6, and that's like, there is a trust factor to it, because obviously if your opponent has weighted dice, they're always going to roll 2 6s, and you're going to be like, oh no, what the hell is this? You're rolling 2 6s. But it really was a fun experience, and going back to locals again, I'm really hoping we can get back into the swing of these things. I would have had some dual footage, but because of obviously the social distancing, we had to like sit on these really wide tables that were 2 meters apart, so our mats would like had this big gap in the middle, and I couldn't get my phone in the position that would be able to get both play mats. But nonetheless, it was a really fun day. I really did enjoy playing Yu-Gi-Oh again, and guys, this is gonna be the video. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to press the like button, comment in the comment section below, and tell me your thoughts on the deck profile, and that I was at locals. I was safe, guys. I wore a mask, I put hand sanitizer on, I did everything to stay safe, so don't worry. And yeah, it was just a really fun day. I'm happy to be able to go to all locals again. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in my team Black Rose Dragons, please check out the descriptions below, where I have links to the Facebook page. We also have an actual website now, which I'll probably start throwing in the description as well, because I want to kind of promote my team, because of there's a lot of work put into it, and it does deserve it. But yeah, please check out all the social media links. Check out the links in the description if you want to support me in any way. There is a link down there to do that as well. And yeah, that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Going back to locals was great. Robot1 signing out. Later all.